I'm so tired of like tiptoeing around crap. I'm just done like living these life of lies. Like it bothers me. So even when I just go to the grocery store,
Yeah, bro, don't do it. Come out. Even when I go to the grocery store. Yo, I can't be racist when I go to the grocery store. I saw a black person at the grocery store. I couldn't even say the N-word to them because of the woke mob. Yeah, man. Look, you can be racist. You could always be racist. That's what I keep trying to tell you guys. That's what, like, you didn't have to hide. You never had to hide. You were scared, and that's why you hid. Okay? But you could always be racist. Nobody was stopping you. Okay? The woke cancel culture wasn't going to come kill you. They weren't going to drag you out of your house and string you up by your toes. They were just going to scold you. That's it. And we're still going to do that. We're still going to... That's not... Like, nothing is changing except for the permission structure of our representatives and our media. Okay, that's the only thing that's changed. But you're still going to have a woke-tard scolding you all the time. And it serves you right. That's the least they could do. If you're going to be a racist, bigoted person, then yeah, you should get scolded. No, the woke mob is going to scold me, and that's why I can't be racist. Like, that's so fucking pathetic, man. It's so... I can't even think of another word, okay? Probably because I'm a dumb person, but I don't know if there's another word to even, like, describe the patheticness of it all. It's just sad. About the same guy that was all about Occupy Wall Street, and then he disappeared for many years, and then suddenly he just became a right-wing commentator all of a sudden. Yeah, because he just had a change of heart, I guess. No, they put him in a cell, and they said, you're gonna stay here, or you're gonna be a right-wing commentator. That's what happened in my head, okay? That's it. But, like, you know, obviously, I'm being hyperbolic, I'm being whatever, okay? They didn't actually put him in a padded room. I hope not. Okay, who knows? But, like, something like that happened. Like, he got the call, you know, he got sat down, or something. That's what happened. Okay, it's gotta be. But furthermore, the guy has demonstrated that he has no real convictions. He has no real spine. He'll say whatever if you pay him. Okay, Russia was paying him $100,000 a month, or however much. I think it was that much. They were paying him like I think it was either 100 or it was like multiple hundreds of thousands of dollars per month to just say, yeah, Ukraine is the enemy of the West. Ukraine must fall. like this guy, it's not his editors, bro. That's not why he keeps repeating the same things. He repeats the same things because somebody's paying him, okay? Okay, because he doesn't care. Probably because he's being blackmailed. So he's being blackmailed to be a right-wing commentator, and then at the same time, he's probably accepting money under the table to repeat the same talking points. Okay, and people have noticed this about Tim Pool. They've noticed how disingenuous he is, how he actually has no real beliefs, he has no core, he has no foundation. Okay, he sold his soul to the highest bidder, and they've noticed this, and that's why he has no motion anymore. That's why he sucks now. Okay, it's not because of his fucking editors. His editors didn't do this, okay? The only thing that adding more manpower to your operation will do is it'll increase the amount, okay, the consistency, the production. That's it. That's it. Like, if I hired a new person, that wouldn't cause me to suddenly start repeating the same things over and over. Okay? It would cause me to produce more content. Okay? I would be able to spend less time on editing and more time reacting. Do you understand? That's it.
There's nothing wrong with you talking about your book or you going on a podcast, which, by the way, Foulball I love that guy. I love Matt. He's great. So it's a good
Yeah, I'm
idea to
excited.
go on there. So he's actually very.
Dude, we
very
should
smart.
honestly at some point we should all three hop on something together.
Oh yeah,
down.
yeah. That sounds like it'd be real exciting. Yeah, because this already is such a riveting conversation. Truly.
Told him it's like I'm
Yeah,
down
man.
to have a conversation with him again, because he's a great dude. I really like him. So that's good that you said yes to that. But like I get
Yeah,
how
real great.
you feeling like talking about your book at the end of the video.
I have a feeling that I feel like Tom Foe is probably gonna look back on this video. He probably already is, and he's like this was kind of a cringe video. Like this shit kind of sucks, because it does. This shit sucks. Nobody's gonna like this. I mean, I'm sure the comments down below. Actually, we can check them real quick. I'm sure they're nice. Yeah. Yeah, just a regular old circle jerk. But like, but don't be mistaken. Like people don't love this. Okay, this is what people love. So I think Tom Foe will probably read the room here. Right Wing Coalition probably won't read the room here if I had to guess, but I don't think they'll actually do this. Okay, because this shit
kind of makes you feel a certain way, but there's nothing wrong with that because you are actively making things, you're creating things, and with the way things are now, you are gonna have to sell stuff eventually. Like eventually, if I want to take this to the next step, I am gonna have to, maybe monetize a little bit more, do whatever, and that's fine. There's a line everybody knows, there's a certain line, and I feel like as long as
dude, make your bag. Make your fucking bag. Nobody's stopping you. I know you already meet the monetize your videos. You won't make a lot of money off of it, off of fucking Google AdSense, okay, with your content. Dude, we could estimate it right now. I could do it off the dome, bro. So this video performed worse than his average video. I'd say at this point he'd probably have another 10k views on a regular video. So, okay, about 30,000 views a video. He can upload about 2 a day. That comes out to about with this type of content, I'd say 30,000 views it'd be about 1,000 views $1, or $1 for 1,000 views. So around $30. So that's yeah, you could do yeah, you can make like at your pace, you could make 100 to 150 bucks a month. That's not terrible money. I mean, that'd be, dude, I'd be lapping that up if I were you. Holy shit. But on top of that, also, you could make a lot more money if you funnel people into your Patreon. Okay, but in order to do that, you need to have an audience with expendable income, okay? And that can be kind of hard to come by. You got to roll the dice on that one. You got to roll a d20.
Where you're just constantly shilling random shit, you're good. People can understand. And with kind of operating with limitations on YouTube, I've come to the conclusion that YouTube as a whole, I think it benefits our movements more the longer guys like you or I can stay on YouTube without getting taken off. So I have a Rumble, and I'll do exclusives on there where I have no limitations, and I get nothing from Rumble, and I don't care. Like it's about creating value for the people who are watching.
How big is your following on Rumble? Because again, this is something that I just
valuetainment.
If I cared more about like the business of it, and I use business loosely, but you know what I mean. Like I would be double posting to Rumble. I would be whatever, putting it on Spotify, and I don't have the like, again, I don't care so much about maximizing all these outputs.
You're not gonna make, you can't make that much money on Rumble. There's no way. There's no way. There's too many bots. There's too many bots. Like, I'm sorry, nobody's gonna convince me that Rumble is popular. Okay, it's never gonna happen. Kick, maybe. There's some money on Kick, but Rumble, no, that shit is botted. That shit is so botted.
Do the Rumble thing because
and that doesn't mean you can't make any money on it. Okay, of course you can. And you can easily, much more easily, actually grift on Rumble, of course. But like actually having an organic following and making money like in the traditional way on social media, no,
got
that's not Rumble.
I can't remember, but and I was like, oh, I'm gonna get taken off. And dude, I got like 60 followers. Like nobody went over to follow me, and I was like, I mean, what? Like, I honestly haven't even looked at it in like at least a month. But I mean, it was like my Fuentes video had like 65 views, and it's got over 800,000 on YouTube. Have you been able to build a following on Rumble?
I have. So by the way, I follow you on Rumble.
Good.
So when you
I follow you as well.
Okay, hell yeah. But I think I just hit 1,300 on Rumble.
Oh, dude,
and
that's good.
Yeah, pretty much every video I make now usually gets around 1,000, and I don't like obviously you don't get any money. Like I don't get any money from Rumble, but that's not the point. The point is that like if I ever get taken off YouTube, or if I ever get censored or blacklisted, you know,
dude, you're fucking. Oh my god, just fix it. Just fix it. It's your keyboard. I don't know what it is, but fucking fix it, dog. That I can't. I hate that noise. I hate Windows. It's not even really his fault. It's probably fucking device manager or some shit fucking up. God damn.
Oh, the day that happens, if it ever happens, I am gonna just go nuts on Rumble.
Well,
all day, every day.
Yeah, I'm pretty worried, honestly, that when the book drops, again, this is presumptive, right? Like, but I'm pretty worried
when
that
the
YouTube,
book
if they
drops,
get
when
wind
you
of what's
finish
in it,
writing the book,
that they're just gonna ban me, because I'm actually pretty surprised that I have not gotten any substantial strikes against me, and I see a lot of people that are like, you know,
why would you be surprised on YouTube? I feel like he's talking about YouTube because obviously not on Rumble, okay? But why does that surprise you? What? Asmongold, who was boosted by the YouTube algorithm right after he said this, he said Palestinians are subhuman. He said they are inferior. Like even like just 5 years ago, saying something like that would be completely unacceptable. It would be completely unacceptable, despite the fact that America and Americans were way more pro-Israel back then. Okay, but like I don't even think you could get away with saying that back then. Okay, back when we were in the dark woke era. Okay, under the woke Biden admin. Okay, legitimately, I think that calling Palestinians subhuman in just 2021, that would have gotten you canceled. That would have gotten you deplatformed. Okay, banned for, you know, at least a week. At least did he get banned at all for that? I don't think so. I could be wrong. Maybe I'm crazy. Okay, but my point is YouTube is a place. First of all, they boost right-wing content, and they are extremely tolerant of, intolerant, bigoted perspectives. Okay, they are. In fact, it'll do you favors. Okay, because that kind of rhetoric is acceptable on YouTube, people come to YouTube for that kind of rhetoric. Okay? And furthermore, like I said, the algorithm will boost you if you're right wing. Okay, so it's all these things on top of each other. So no, YouTube is a great place for you guys. I'm not gonna say it's like quite on the same level of glazing as a platform like Rumble. You know, Rumble will elevate you even further. But make no mistake, man. They'll help you out here.
Why do you think? You think I didn't figure that one out years ago? Like it's a matter of politics, right? Like you can't just be freeballing it. But even my Gen Z video, I was pretty dang surprised that didn't get taken down, because I called it out. But that freaked me out even monetizing it, because it said, and this is probably true, but it was like, we do a manual review of your account.
Yeah, that's just Indian.
Like,
it's
yeah, I'm sure. But I was like, oh well, I don't even want to monetize it, because that then some even if it's an Indian, it's gonna be an Indian shitlib, and he's gonna go through and realize that like this is, you know, pretty extreme rhetoric. I thought that might get me banned, just then doing that manual review. So
yeah, I mean,
no, that's not how this shit works. That's not how it's ever worked. Okay, even in like the dark woke, or even like the Gamergate, the 2016 era. Okay, the wokeness era. That they didn't even do it like that back then. Okay, it's always been about community guidelines, man. There are rules to this shit. There are rules, and lately there's been more leeway. There's been more bending of the rules. There's been eradication of certain policies on these platforms, but generally, they've always just been enforcing the community rules. Okay, that's it. So what that means is, if you understand the community guidelines, you can get away with saying racist shit very easily, okay? Because it's like the platform, like, it may ban hate speech, right? But hate speech is a very rigid definition. Whereas racism is more vague. It's more, and I'm not saying that, like, it doesn't have meaning, okay? Racism has a real meaning, real definition. But it applies to a lot more things. So they don't just say, like, no racism, okay? No racism at all. Okay, no. No, it's just no targeted hate speech. Okay, and there are other rules as well, but like I said, there is no ban on racism. Okay, you can hate brown people. You can hate brown people on YouTube. It's allowed. Okay, it's always been allowed.
I think I thought the same thing too when I started clicking.
You're fighting shadow demons.
And it really is.
They're canceling. They're gonna cancel me. They're gonna cancel me.
Kind of
like think about what he just said, man. What he just said is like he was imagining in his own mind that a person that has an ethnic background that he despises and that he routinely disparages in his content. He is imagining that one of those people, again, he's imagining this, one of those people sees his content and is like, oh, this is unacceptable. Think about that, man. Think about that. Like, you understand that a person of that background, of that ethnicity, wouldn't like what you're saying because it's fucked up, because it's racist. And that is true, okay? If an Indian man that works for YouTube did see your videos, then that person would probably be disgusted by your rhetoric. But at the same time, if you don't violate community guidelines, then there's nothing to do, okay? And that's it.
And I will have to say, because I've talked about this before with a few different people, and that's why I was bringing up like Rumble, and kind of the way Rumble works and the way we should kind of think about it is not the same as YouTube, but as a second platform where we can build. But you can't just post your videos there and expect people to follow you. You have to kind of put a little bit more effort, and that's why I do the exclusives, because I want people to have value, and it works. Because when I tell people I have an exclusive, I'll get like 3 times the amount of views on that.
Can I just say, this video is really poorly edited. And I wanted to say this earlier, but it's the Discord. It's the Discord, and in the place that it's at. Like, you shouldn't have put it there. You shouldn't have put it there. I'm pretty sure he screen recorded the Discord, and then cropped out everything, and then just he overlaid it. Okay, but you should have moved that black box to like the corner or something, or even better. You could have completely cropped out all of the black box, and you could have put those icons in the corner. Okay, that would have been a lot cleaner, and it wouldn't have been a lot harder than what you did. Okay, I'm just saying, man. I know it's hard. Okay, I don't really like doing overlays either, but like, you can learn. Okay, you can do it, bro. You're a 27-year-old man.
I had a conversation with people. There's going to be a lot more censorship coming to the internet. I think in the first or second week of February, the Senate is going to be doing this whole week where they're going to be reviewing anti-Semitism law. They're going to be putting some laws in place. And it's crazy because the group that's been working on coming up with the policies, it's this Them Boys group, to say the least. And hey,
government, if you ban my channel, I'm just gonna get in my car and crash it into white-owned businesses. That's what I'm gonna do. And then I'm gonna get out and I'm gonna start blasting in a GTA style. That's what I'm gonna do. I'm kidding. Okay, I would never actually do that. I would never do that. Okay. Don't ban me though. Don't do that.
Funded by our taxpayers.
Don't do that. I know I'm anti-Zionist.
They actually failed their
Don't ban me
for this humanitarian project that Trump has.
There's a million more of me. There's 2 million. There's 5 gorillion of me. Okay, we're all anti-Israel. The cat's out of the bag. That's it.
I'm found out about them failing to.
Don't ban me. Don't do it. Don't do it, YouTube.
That's a whole other thing I've talked about. But basically, this year,
thank you for the follow.
Censorship is going to get a little bit more, if not more hardcore. They're going to get smarter for sure.
I think so too. I mean, I was really hoping that X would take the opportunity to create like some level of uploadability with videos. I mean, it's fine, but it could be way better. And if they did, it would really do a lot of work. Now that place is certainly not perfect.
Yeah, but the website, no, but it won't work. It won't work. Do you want to know why? Okay. A lot of you aren't ready to hear this, okay? A lot of you aren't ready to hear
Rearbashed said, I'd love to join your live streams whenever you're streaming. Add me on Discord, backhand index pointing right emoji, backhand index pointing right emoji, Leebash13.
Okay, bro, I'll add you. Join the Discord. Join the Discord. We have a Discord. It's official. It's an official J-Star Discord. Excuse me. Anyway. Dude, drinking soda and vodka at the same time, not great for yeah, anyway. What were we talking about? My bad.
It could be way better, and if they did, it would.
Oh, yeah, Twitter, yeah. So a lot of people aren't ready to have this conversation, but Twitter sucks, and it always sucked from a technical standpoint. Okay, it's not a very well-made website. You know, I love Twitter. It's great. Okay, I mean, well, not anymore. Okay, I used to love it, but you know, Twitter, it was a great website. Even though technically it was terrible. Now it technically sucks, and it's technically even worse. Okay, from a technical standpoint, the X.com, Twitter, whatever the fuck you want to call it, is just not very well made, and it's not well maintained. Elon Musk, like the website was already not in great shape. Okay, Elon Musk fired all the engineers. He fired everyone that knew what they were doing. Okay, basically that's what he did. Okay, and he did this for multiple reasons. Okay, number one priority, scare the immigrants. Okay, the H-1Bs. Okay, so scare the fuck out of them, because if they get fired, they get deported. That's how it works. Okay, so you want to scare them into submission. Okay. And, you know, also, you want to cut down on cost, okay? That's why you do layoffs. And then also, the main strat for Twitter was to just allow more Nazis on Twitter, okay? Make it a Nazi cesspool. And that's what it is now, okay? So now you have an even shittier website. It's made even more terribly than it was before. And at the same time, everybody's a Nazi on there, or at least it feels like it when you go on there. So, anyway,
really do a lot of work.
Twitter
now,
sucks.
That place is certainly not perfect. I think my reach is drastically
Not
diminished.
perfect.
Really?
I mean, I don't have that many followers, like about just under 2,000, but I mean, I did look at some of my tweets and it was like...
That's because your
up for 12
content
hours
sucks,
and
bro.
50 views. I'm like, how is that even possible?
Look, I get it. I'm not that good at Twitter either. I'm not good at tweeting, okay? That's why I don't do it. That's why I don't have a Twitter. And I never will. I deleted my Twitter. Okay. And then I made a new one. And I think I haven't deleted that one yet, but I probably won't use it. Probably not. But like, literally, I stopped using it to the point where I was like, yeah, I might as well fucking delete my account. And then I did. Anyway. Let's keep going.
But, yeah, I think you're right, and it does...
Holy shit, we still got 2 hours left.
Dude, I just don't... I mean, I obviously don't want to get banned, but I am so tired of, like, tiptoeing around crap. I'm just done, like, living these life of lies. Like, it bothers me, so even when I just go to the grocery store...
Yeah, bro, don't do it. Come out. Even when I go to the grocery store. Yo, I can't be racist when I go to the grocery store. I saw a black person at the grocery store. I couldn't even say the N-word to them because of the woke mob. Yeah, man. Look, you can be racist. You could always be racist. That's what I keep trying to tell you guys. That's what, like, you didn't have to hide. You never had to hide. You were scared. And that's why you hid. Okay? But you could always be racist. Nobody was stopping you. Okay? The woke cancel culture wasn't going to come kill you. They weren't going to drag you out of your house and string you up by your toes. They were just going to scold you. That's it. And we're still going to do that. We're still going to... That's not... Like, nothing is changing except for the permission structure of our representatives and our media. Okay, that's the only thing that's changed. But you're still going to have a woke-tard scolding you all the time. And it serves you right. That's the least they could do. If you're gonna be a racist, bigoted person, then yeah, you should get scolded. No, oh, the woke mob is gonna scold me, and that's why I can't be racist. Like, that's so fucking pathetic, man. It's so... I can't even think of another word, okay? Probably because I'm a dumb person, but I don't know if there's another word to even, like, describe the patheticness of it all. It's just sad. Anyway.
Like, where did all these third world immigrants even come from? Like every facet of life is so much different now, and we're just told to shut up about it, and it goes from, you know, whether you're at the grocery store or whether you're on YouTube. I'm just done with it, man. I really, and there is that level of apathy where it's not apathy in the sense that, like, I'm not driven anymore, but it's like, you know what, cast the die, whatever happens, happens. I'm not going to do this this bullshit game.
And that's what racism is. That's what it is, man. That's what I keep saying. It's apathy. It's not caring. That's what racism is. Like, we have this idea in our collective minds about what racism is, right? And it's not for no good reason. Okay, because when people think of racism in this country, they think of two things. They think of Jim Crow, okay, segregation, and they think of chattel slavery. And both of these things are very overt and hateful, but they weren't propped up by overtly hateful people. These systems of oppression, chattel slavery, Jim Crow, these things were upheld by apathetic white people. Okay, apathy, for anyone that doesn't know, meaning you don't care. Okay, apathy is not caring. It's a lack of interest. Okay, so it is the apathy towards the plight of African Americans historically in this country. That is what racism is. That's what it is. Okay, it is apathy towards the oppression of others that are different from you. And anyway, you know, that being said, thank you for pointing that out. You know, you just made my point for me, basically. I mean, I you know, of course I'll elaborate on it and I'll give my thoughts, but seriously, man, thank you.
Anymore. I don't know if you feel about
Appreciate
that.
that.
I'm certainly at that point.
Yeah, you're already like at the point where it's like, fuck it. It's like let's just be upfront.
Let's
just be real about this shit, and let's see whoever goes toe to toe with me. Let's see who fucking stands after.
Yeah, let's not care about the woke-tards' feelings. We're just owning the libs. We're totally not ignoring real and justifying real systems of oppression with our apathy. For sure, man. For sure. Yeah.
It's like,
that's what you're doing. You're owning the libtards.
And this is a conversation I had with some other YouTubers, and it's the reason why, like, I keep bringing up Rumble, the reason why I'm focusing on growing there as well, because guys like you, especially, the longer you stay on YouTube, the better, like, the chances of our movement succeeding. 100% of the time.
Same with you, obviously.
Yeah, and so, like, it's kind of the idea that we do also have to acknowledge that we are in a position where we are at a disadvantage. So any advantage we do have, we have to be a little bit tactical.
So you are admitting it. But just a few minutes ago, you were saying that, like, YouTube is woke or whatever. Or like, the content moderation is woke. Well, which is it? Do you have an advantage or not? Okay, the answer is you do. Okay, you do on this platform, yeah. For sure.
With it. And so that's why...
You fucking kidding me?
It's like, I fucking get angry because it's so fucking unfair. Like, all the rules that are in place, what's being shoved down our throats. Like, it's honestly insulting, and it pisses me off, and I get it.
Okay, be specific. What is it? How are you being so persecuted on this platform? Because what it sounds like to me is you're bitching and complaining about nothing, and it's actually the reverse exact opposite. You are being elevated. Okay, you are being pushed up by the algorithm. How is that not what's happening? It sounds like you're admitting that that's what's happening, but then you're also like, no, actually, I'm at a disadvantage because of the woke mind virus. Like, what is it, man? Just
but
be
you also
clear.
have to kind of, like, realize it's like, look, what's going to be better for what's
God,
happening? Me kind of surviving here so I can reach more people, or me getting banned, and then I'm kind of exiled to an audience that already thinks like me. And it's like, yeah, like I go off, I rant all the time, like I say pretty unhinged shit, and I get it. But I do have to kind of remind myself, it's like, look, maybe I should be a little bit more careful, because it's probably going to do a lot more good if I stay in the fight. And
yeah, you are right. Yeah, that is correct.
And like guys like you, especially with what you're doing with the book and stuff. The longer
Okay, that's actually one of, if not the first thing you've said in this video that is somewhat coherent and like, well, maybe not coherent, but like accurate. Okay, yes, this is what I've been telling you. Okay, you need to listen to me if you want to succeed. And actually, now that I'm sitting here and I'm listening to you say this, and I know you're watching my videos, which is really strange, by the way, man. Like, come on, I have 100 subscribers. Like, why are you watching me? Are you really that narcissistic? Really? Anyway, I guess I don't know what I would do if somebody were making videos about me. But anyway, actually, I do know what I would do. I would react to them live. Okay, I would react to it live, and I would commentate over it, just like I always do. Anyway, that being said, since it sounds like you're taking my advice, I think I'm gonna stop giving it to you. I'm gonna try not to like give you pointers or whatever anymore. Honestly, I really didn't think you would believe me. But that being said, yes, taking a more moderate approach, heel turning, this will bring you more success. Okay, and I think I said this in my last video about you, but I did justify it. I justified like giving you this advice on a silver platter, and I said, what did I say? That if you take my advice, you would push your audience in a more moderate direction, and that's like, you know, kind of good for me, or whatever, or it's good for my side. Okay, but are you going to effectively do that? I don't know. But anyway, you are correct about this. You do need to appear more moderate urgently, or your content, it will falter. Okay, people will stop watching. I'm telling you. But you can't go too woke with it, because obviously then the Nazis, which is your core. Okay, that's the core of your audience. They're not gonna like that. So.
You can keep going.
But the question is, have you proven yourself to them yet? Have you proven yourself as a because Nick Fuentes, I think the reason he gets away with the things that he's saying right now is because he proved himself. You know, he proved how racist he was. Right? He didn't back down. He just told it like it was. And so now he's getting this pass. Right? Not to be more woke, right? That's not what he's using the pass for. But actually the opposite, to be more like pro state agenda. Okay, to like be more pro Epstein class, right? That's what he's doing. Okay? And that's, for him, that's smart. Okay? You shouldn't do that, okay, but with his audience, with his platform, that is smart. Like, straight up. It's evil. It's fucked up. But it's intelligent. You know, somewhat. Not that he's a very intelligent person. But.
The algorithm has kind of blessed you with a platform. It's given you an ability to speak to people, and that means something. Most people who get involved with this stuff, they don't ever get an audience. They're not able to resonate with people. They can't write the same way you do. So I understand, like, the fuck it mentality. And with the book, like, go off. But I think you can still do
tons
stuff,
of
like,
people.
with the book.
But what he's done is not that crazy. I feel like you guys really aren't living in reality, because you're jacking each other's peanuts off, okay, in like all in a gay fashion, in a very homoerotic way. But like your channels aren't like that crazy, man. Like you're kind of like, I recognize how mediocre my channel is, okay, or not even mediocre, like less than, okay, like I'm just starting out, right? But your channel is mediocre, Okay, your channel is average. Like, you guys haven't done anything crazy, right? You're no-name small YouTubers right now with niche audiences. So, like, let me run that back. Let me hear that again.
Like the fun
Hold on.
mentality, and with the book, like, go off. But I think you can still do stuff like with the book and not get banned off YouTube. I think that they don't ever get an audience. They're not able to resonate.
They never get an audience.
Yeah. You do. So
they can't write this. Like, tons of people have done what he's doing. Okay, tons of people have gotten to his position, his place on YouTube. You're not special. You haven't, but you're not Mr. Beast, bro. You haven't blown anyone out of the water. Like, it's just, there are other right-wing YouTubers that have achieved more mainstream attention than you probably ever will, most likely.
Like the fucking
mentality. I don't know.
The book, like, go off. But I think you can still do stuff like with the book and not get banned off YouTube. I think that's possible.
Yeah.
It's just, I'm not going to lie, it's probably going to be difficult. But for you taking that extra step to kind of try and preserve yourself here and stay in the game, that's going to do a whole lot more good. And I'm sure you've thought about stuff like that before.
Well, yeah, I mean, I really think that most of my videos, they're not that objectionable. Now, I am, and I'm sure you're at this point too, where, I mean, I read my last chapter on the JQ, and I'm so desensitized to this now. I'm like, how is this even controversial at all? And then, you know, obviously when you take a step back, you're like, to any standard uninvolved person, this is like legitimately blasphemy. And I've really tried on YouTube to be, like I said, precise with what I'm saying and avoid the obvious landmines. Like there is, I understand that if I were to say certain things, that it would put me on a fast track to getting banned. But yeah, you know, there's kind of tempering that view, and it's a little bit hard at this point. You know, when we're not prominent like a Fuentes, or even, I don't even know what would be a good comparison, but whatever that tier between us and Fuentes, and there might be a few tiers, but you know what I'm saying, where you start looking at it like a true, like, war strategy, and you start weighing...
Yeah, there is no one. There is no one between you and Fuentes. There is no one. Okay, I've looked, and I'm telling you, that's it. It goes from you to Fuentes to... like, it used to be Daily Wire type shit, but I think now, like Candace Owens, Joe Rogan, maybe even a little Brett, you know, little Brett Cooper. But there's no one. Okay, you're it. Okay, and you are going to be elevated. Okay, you are going to continue to be elevated as much as the algo can push you. As much as it can push you, man. It's gonna do it. Okay, that's what it is. It gives the people what they want. Okay, but it's just how many people want your kind of content. That's the question. Like, I'm working against the algorithm. I'm working against it. Okay, I know I am. I'm not saying that to just brag. Okay, to just be like, oh, look at me, I'm going against the grain. Okay, no, but I am. Like, the algorithm is an uphill battle for me. It's not for you. It's not for you. Your content is pushed on this platform. It is. Okay, and you will continue to achieve success, and you're gonna struggle with it. Because it's a difficult power to hold, and it's gonna come to you quicker and quicker, especially as you become more moderate. Okay, if you take my advice, and you heel turn and you try to present yourself as a more moderate figure, like Nick Fuentes has been doing, you are going to skyrocket. Especially because so far you're a nobody. So if you listen to me and you do it right now, Nick Fuentes has a lot of baggage. He's got many years of being overtly racist. You do not. You can become like what Nick Fuentes can't, unironically. You could soar past him because of mainstream appeal. Okay, but you got to start now. Okay, you're getting too big and you're too racist with it, and that's a problem. God damn it! I just told him that okay, I'm not saying anything that I haven't already said before. Okay, to be fair. But that's what you got to do, man. I'm telling you, I'm right. I hate being right about this shit. God damn it. Okay, I swear, no more, after this, no more advice to right-wing content creators. I love doing this like content meta-analysis. It makes me feel big-brained, okay? I'm sorry.
Oh,
I'm sorry.
Sorry. Start weighing like pros and cons.
God damn it.
In a way that's, you can kind of view it more three-dimensional. Now it's like, well, if I signed out and never uploaded a thing again, like it would be as if none of this even happened. And because we haven't like broken through to the point where it's like, we're doing this full time, and it's a little bit hard to adopt that full mindset because on some level you're like, well, is this even going to matter anyway? But you're right. I need to start thinking more in that realm for sure. But it is a hard adjustment when you're like, well, I don't make any money from this. Nobody knows who I am, and it's like, is this going to amount to anything? It's hard to really predict that. But yeah, there's a level of faith in that too. I think that I'm trying to just remind myself of, like, just trust that the path will continue laying itself out.
No, I mean,
you feel that way?
I kind of get it. Like the way I've been thinking about like the overall like journey, if you want to call, I hate the fact that I fucking use that word. That sounds so like gay, but the fact that like the path that we're currently on, I've kind of been trying to trust God more with the way like these things play out, because I know that we are on the side of good. Like you take a look at the world, you take a look at society, and you see all the horrible things that happen to people, and to people like us, to people who aren't even like us.
Yep. Here we go. Hold on. Okay, wait. When I said here we go, I meant I was talking about the God stuff. Okay, he's quickly segueing into the racism stuff, but hold on. Okay, hold on. Because it's not faith, bro. It's not God. It's not God. Look, I believe in God. Okay, a lot of people, especially on like my side of the aisle, okay, they don't believe in God so much. Okay, that's fine. I think that God is good. Okay, and he's not just like, I don't mean like he's just benevolent. I mean like God, it can be very good for your life. Okay, it can, your belief in, or your faith in God is not what makes you a good person. Okay, in fact, it can even cause you to do terrible things. Christians have done terrible things all throughout history. Muslims and Jews and Buddhists and Hindus have also all done terrible things because of their religion. Okay, like we as Christians, we are not an exception to this. But anyway, it's not your faith in God that will make you succeed on YouTube. Okay, that's stupid. No, God isn't gonna do divine intervention and make your YouTube channel successful, dumbass. God probably fucking hates you. I think he does. Okay, not really. Like, God doesn't hate anyone, for real. But like, he does not like what you're doing. Okay, that is what I believe. That is what I know. He does not like the content you are making. That may sound silly. Okay, why does God care about fucking YouTube content? Well, he does, okay, because it changes people's hearts and minds. But anyway, you're not going to succeed because you believe in God and you love God and God loves you and he's gonna push your content on the algo. No, the algorithm favors you. This is the reality. And if anything, that is why you will succeed, despite the fact that your content is subpar and mediocre. Okay, that's it. That's literally it. That is all.
The society
it's not God.
It's going down a path to total destruction. Everyone knows it. And so I've been trying to trust and put my faith in God. And I've kind of also been trying to realize that it's not really about me. Like, if I don't get some type of career from this, which that's not my goal, but if that's not, if
it's not your goal, really? Well then, what the fuck is your goal? Okay, that's my goal. That's my goal. What the fuck are you talking about? Like, I hate this wishy-washy, like, oh, I don't care if I succeed or if I fail. Like, no. All my cards are on the table. Everybody can see. My channel is transparent. What I want, what I'm trying to do, it is completely transparent. I want to succeed. You do too. Of course you do. And I don't think God wants to help you. I think he wants to help me, if anything, but at the same time, the Trinity gives us free will. This is our God-given, some might call it a curse, okay? I call it a blessing. Okay, we have free will. Okay, God is not going to intervene and push your channel up the algo. If anything, he'll do that for me, because I'm actually like advocating for things that are in line with what Jesus Christ told us, what he was trying to tell us. That's it.
Purpose is just to make a couple videos, and if that does good enough to where it inspires somebody and they get banned, and that's the end of it.
Look, Christians have been doing this for since like, well, maybe since the beginning, but really more like since 300 or so, the year 300. You know, we argue who's the most Christian, who represents the Mosaic life the best, you know, blah blah blah. We have different interpretations of the Bible. It's just that yours fucking sucks, and it's dog shit, and I hate it. Okay, now if you're a Catholic, you might think that's funny. You might think that's funny. If you're a Protestant, though, that should piss you off. Okay, and good. Good, let's argue about it. Okay, let's go.
As long as I can fulfill
Anyway.
what is needed of me, and if that actually makes a difference, and like I said, I want to say this.
Oh,
I really
God,
think
I need to drink
your
more.
videos make a difference. Like when people watch that, especially the Gen Z video, and also America for the Americans, because I think that was one of the first
It
videos I
tastes
saw
so
from
bad.
you, because one of my subscribers recommended your channel, and it's like, dude, that was like a home run. Like
Hey,
that
one of
stuff
my
resonates with
subscribers
people, so
also
even if you were to
recommended
sign
his
out, you know,
channel.
don't think for a second.
I'm not gonna do that.
Yeah, don't do that. Please don't. But even if it were to happen, that is going to have an effect. That did do something. That did inspire somebody. I mean, like the fact that you have people reaching out to you to ask you for advice, people trying to talk to you, have conversations, it means something. And yeah, you are going to have certain people that are going to try to just talk to you because they want you for views or whatever. You are going to have people that are genuinely wanting a conversation. Like that's what I care about, is actually talking about this stuff. And that's why I like, you know, kind of going off the cuff, because these are ideas. I might not be the most articulate person. I might not be a great speaker, but these ideas.
Yeah, no shit. But that being said, Tomfo, I would be happy to talk to you. Okay, genuinely. I am an advocate for freedom of speech and open dialogue. Okay? Because I think that while racist ideas are pervasive and even convincing at times, the times change. Okay, things change. Like, the pendulum swings, as they say. The reason that right-wing ideas are becoming so pervasive is because they are more appealing to an uneducated mass. Okay, this is statistically true, but you also see this throughout history, which of course statistics are absent back then. Okay, way back then. But like you see this where uneducated people are infinitely more likely to fall into the nationalist trap. Okay. And anyway, education changes. I think that it has been stripped down to its bare parts by the Reagan admin, by subsequent administrations who did nothing to reverse the Reagan admin, their decisions. I think that at some point, education in this country will be bolstered. It has to. It has to. I mean, if it doesn't, then our society will literally collapse. Okay, and I think this needs to happen soon. Okay, we need to boost education within the next 10 years, or like we're gonna slip even further into fascism. And it's going to destroy our economy, our people, our nation. It's not good, not a good thing. Okay, I have a very doomer perspective when it comes to that kind of timeline. Okay, but I think that if we can get a guy into office that is like a democratic socialist next election, we can bolster the Department of Education or reinstate it if it is dissolved. Then, I think our country stands a chance. Anyway, why did I bring this up? I can't even
They
remember.
matter, and they get people.
I need more
They get
vodka.
people to kind of see where we're at and where we can
Just
go.
one more.
And that means a lot. That's like priceless. So I think we do have to strategize a little bit more, because you and I and people who are above us, maybe a little bit in those tiers between us and Nick or whatever, we've been given a platform, and so it's kind of like now we have a responsibility to kind of be a little bit smarter, because it is a war.
I totally agree, and also
What are y'all doing?
you certainly don't give yourself enough credit. But you know, when we talk about things like the fact that you want to engage with ideas, you want to kind of flesh out what you think, I think the biggest distinction between
The left
us
and the right.
and certainly the left, but I would say most facets of political discourse in America, and likely the West, is I think that we are the only subset that consistently is actually looking to prove themselves wrong.
I will admit that a lot of leftists, they won't engage with this kind of content, and for justifiable reasons. Leftist content creators, they won't engage with these guys. They won't talk about groypers, they won't do any of that shit. Okay, and why? Okay, because groypers are fucking Nazis, okay? That's why. But anyway, so what all that is to say, what they're speaking, what this guy is saying here, what he's saying is somewhat accurate. Leftists, like, over the last 10 years, especially content creators, will not engage with guys like you. Okay, they won't. They won't. But I am. Okay, I'm here. I'm a leftist. Here I am. Talk to me. I'm talking to guys like you. Okay, and look, what Destiny did with Nick Fuentes, that was evil. He platformed him. He gave him an audience. I think if I ever met Destiny, I'd spit in his face over it. Okay, like, I'm literally not being hyperbolic. I think if I ever met the guy, and like, all the sexual abuse shit, like, yeah, that is monumentally fucked up. But like, the fact that he platformed a guy like Nick Fuentes, that fact pisses me off a lot more than any sexual abuse he could ever do. He could ever do, dog, because the impact, it's so much more. Okay, and I understand that that's sort of like downplaying the sexual abuse, but it's not. Okay, not in my mind. Because sexual abuse is evil. Terrible, awful thing to do. To anyone, no matter what their identity is. But especially your own wife. Your own fucking wife, your partner, who you married. But just like the impact is so much more harmful. Right? Like he platformed a literal neo-Nazi. And now here we are. So all that is to say, I'm not trying to do what Destiny did. Okay, I don't want to do that. But like, these guys have a platform now. They have audiences. They have gained traction. They have motion. Okay, generally, not all of them, but a lot of them have motion. That's why I react to them. Even the ones with not so much motion, maybe a little bit. Okay, I need to be more careful about that. But Tom Foe, he certainly has motion. Okay, he does. He does. He's good at this. Okay, I've been watching YouTubers a long time. And believe it or not, the whole like gameplay, political discussion, talk, that this is a classic format. Okay, I think it's a lot more classic than even most people realize. Okay, most like YouTube veterans realize. Like this is old school shit. Okay, this is like 2005 shit. So this is kind of an old format, but like the rhetoric that you're hearing is way different now. I mean, that's why, like, especially when it comes to kids, you know, I thought this guy was a kid. Honestly, I thought he was like 19. I thought he was a young man. Okay, not a kid. I thought he was like early 20s, 19 even. But like when I hear this kind of talk from children, I'm more patient with it, and not just because of their age. Okay, but because when I was a kid, none of this shit was normal. None of this shit was acceptable. None of this shit was okay. But now times have changed. Okay, now we're in the current year. Let's go.
I remember when I was.
Now we're in the big 2026, dog.
I was fairly red pilled.